Welcome to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast, your one-stop shop for all things West Indies cricket. By the fans, for the fans. We back, we live. Welcome back to another edition of the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. I'm one half of the Caribbean Cricket Podcast, Machel St. Patrick Hewitt. And this particular episode, we are just giving out the player ratings. Do you know what? Do you know what I realized the other day though? I was kind of, on the internet looking at various things. And I was like, CCP, we've really set the gold standard for West Indies content, We've really set, I'm going to be big on Bosie, but we've really set the gold standard. If we do something which people haven't seen before, or if we have guests on that people haven't seen before, everyone else just does the same thing. Everyone else does the same thing. Gets the same guests, does the same topics, does the same concepts. Thing is, I'm not even mad at it. I'm not even mad at it. It's flattering. Thank you. It's a validation that we're trailblazers out here. We're trendsetters. You don't even have to like what we say. You don't have to agree with our opinions. But I'll tell you something. We definitely have created a buzz around West Indies cricket. Where there's no buzz that should exist, we've created a buzz around West Indies cricket. I'm Machel St. Patrick Hewitt, one half of the Caribbean Cricket Podcast, and welcome to the player ratings, the Test Series player ratings. This should have gone out a few days ago, but you know how we do. We do things when we can be bothered to do them, not when they should be done. Let me bring this up on the screen. So, this is going to be a quick one, yeah? Actually, can I put myself in the bottom of the screen? Rah, there I am, right in the bottom left-hand corner. How about that? So, take my hold on. Let me play with this. Oh, should I do it like that? What's the best way to do it, people? Like that? No, let me try. No, what? Let me try this one. Let me try this one. Someone said in one of the comments the other day, they were like, you don't actually tell people where to find the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. It's on the ticker tape below, people. But just in case you don't know, just go into Google and type Caribbean Cricket Podcast, and everything and everywhere we're at will be there. That's all you have to do. But if in doubt, put @Carib Cricket, and you will find us on all the different mediums: TikTok, Insta, Facebook is Caribbean Cricket Podcast, Patreon. In fact, let me put that link up just now. www.patreon.com/Carib Cricket. If you want to support the movement financially, you can go there. Piece of news, though. So today it was announced that Jaden Seales will return to Sussex at the start of next year's county championship season. That's good on Jaden. Obviously, there's also ICC announced today they have... that they released the latest rankings for those who give a damn about that stuff. And Jaden is ranked 13th, I think, in the world in terms of best bowlers. So well done to Starboy. No surprise whatsoever to see him rising up the rankings and being rewarded for consistently good performances. So good on Starboy. Also, Akeem Jordan has got a county deal, Div 1 county deal with Kent, which will see him be at Kent until the end of the season as Kent try to battle against relegation from Division 1 in the county championship. So well done to Akeem. Interesting story, this. So last year, at the beginning of the county championship last year, I won't give the names, but this is an honest-to-God true story. I was speaking to a couple of the higher heads at Kent County Cricket. Two of the guys who have the... I mean, you can work it out by my story, but two of the guys who would have a major say in incomings into the Kent County side. And they were saying to me at the time, we're looking for a bowler, like a medium quick overseas, because they didn't have their overseas sorted at the time. This is an honest-to-God true story. And I said to them, you should look at Akeem Jordan. And they said, who's Akeem Jordan? Or what do you know about Akeem Jordan? I said, West Indies medium quick. And I said, but more importantly, He's already played club cricket in England before, and I said he gets to move the ball off the seam. I said he's not expressed by any stretch of the imagination, but oh my god, Darren Stevens, who was like Kent establishment, played 20 plus years in the county championship, always got the ball to move off the seam, medium pace, no more than medium pace, but like a county cricket legend, and certainly for Kent. And I said to them, think Darren Stevens. I said, obviously, I'm not saying that Akeem Jordan is any kind of legend, but I said, think Darren Stevens' pace, but a bit quicker, and the ability to swing the ball both ways. And I said, in seaming swinging conditions, Akeem Jordan is who you should target. Anyways, I left it at that. I then saw that Kent signed Wes Agar, who's an Australian seamer. Can't remember where from, maybe Tasmania or something. Thought nothing of it. Anyways, today I found out that Kent have signed Akeem Jordan, and he'll be with them for the last month of the county championship season. I'm not saying that's down to me. I'm not saying that, oh, everyone big up me, how great am I? But I am saying I definitely raised this to the Kent hierarchy a year ago. So I guess the short point of what I'm saying here, or the summation here, is I should be a cricket agent. I should be a cricket agent, and whoever Akeem Jordan's cricket agent is, they should be ringing me up and saying, thanks for that. Thanks for the assist, Mash. That certainly helped my job a bit easier. So, West Indies cricketers who watch this on their burner phones, you want a county championship deal? Ring me. Drop me a message. You might not like some of the things I say, but drop me a message. I'm out here. Anyways, let's get into it. South Africa, West Indies versus South Africa Test Series. We're here to give out the player ratings. Let's move. Starting with, of course, our captain, the currently much maligned by all the uncles, not all the uncles, but a lot of the uncles in the region, our captain, Craig Braithwaite. These are series ratings, I hasten to add. They are not for just the second test. So Craig Braithwaite, across the test series, averaged 63 runs at 16. You can throw in his captaincy if you want, if you think that's important. High score of 35. Do you know what? It's not even about whether Craig averaged 16 or not for me. That's irrelevant to me. I think what's more important is the manner in which he got out. Certainly in that first test, run out in the first test when set and on 35, and then inexplicable shot, poor execution to Maharaj in the second innings of that first test. I can't even remember what happened in the second test. I know Rabada got him. In fact, let me just have a look. Rabada definitely got him, I think, so he scored 3 and 25 in the second test. I just want everyone to know, though, that we're not rating Craig based on 2024, which has been down bad for him. He didn't perform in Australia. Got some runs against England, a couple 150 and 240s. Was the second top scorer in the county championship. But the point is, this is just about the South Africa series. Craig's had a lean time of it. Some people, the most vocal of the social media lot, are saying he should drop the captaincy, like that's going to make any difference whatsoever. It will make zero difference to how the West Indies team performs. But I'm not here to discuss that. I'm just here to discuss what was his series like. And it's a 0 out of 10. So here's the thing, and this is why I'm saying I can give Craig Braithwaite 0 out of 10 and say you had a down bad series, but still believe that he will come good, and still believe that as things currently stand, he is the right man to lead the West Indies, not necessarily because he is or isn't, but because there's no one else right now. And also, people need to make a decision. Was Craig the right man to lead the West Indies when we drew 1-1 in Australia? And are you saying because we've lost to England and South Africa, he no longer is? Like, does that even make sense? So we win our first test in Australia for 29 years. Was he good enough then? And are we saying no less than 4 test matches later or 5 test matches later, now he's not good enough? Whatever, man. But anyways, I can't deal with you, uncles, because you lot don't come from a position of logic. You just come from pure emotion, and you just rant and rave. Just stick to the dominoes and drink your red stripe, okay? But I can say all that and still agree 0 out of 10. Let's move on. Machel Louis. So Machel Louis was actually down bad worse than Craig Braithwaite. So some people want Craig Braithwaite to be dropped, not just as captain, but from the team as well. Well, his opening partner scored 48 runs in the South Africa series at 12 apiece. scores of 35, 9, duck, and 4. He had some promising starts in England. We're not here to look at the England series, but after a grueling 5 test matches, Machel is currently averaging 21 with only 150. Machel, I think himself would accept that, boy, it's been a baptism of fire, as we said it would be on the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. And here's the thing, 2 things can be right at the same time. I can really like Machel Louis and believe that there is something to work with there, but also on the other hand say, but this is what we thought would happen. Go back and watch our archive videos. We did a specific video before the England tour, and I think Santoki and I were discussing the squad, and I said if we're carrying Machel Louis, I would carry him to be the backup opener, and I would probably stick with Tage, just because it's a difficult tour. It's a baptism of fire to throw someone in after only 7 first-class test matches and expect them to hit the ground running. Well, boy, it's been a baptism of fire. Now, like I say, I expect Machel to play against Bangladesh, and he should, but it's been a baptism of fire. And this is why when you lot with your superficial dunce analysis were like, yeah, but it's a top run scorer in the West Indies Championship, you've got to think deeper than that. It can't just be based on numbers alone. That hasn't gotten us anywhere in West Indies cricket. You've got to be able to think and analyse deeper than that. And the mere fact that Machel had only played 7 first-class matches should have meant that we tempered the speed with which we were going to throw him in. But whatever, it is what it is now. He averaged 12 in that test series, so he has to get 0 out of 10. He has to. If Craig's getting 0 out of 10, then Machel's got to get 0 out of 10. But I still want Machel to play against Bangladesh. It is what it is. Moving on. Wait, hold on. Who played? Oh, of course, Casey Carty. Casey Carty was obviously replaced Kurt McKenzie. And Casey, across the 4 innings, didn't score a 50. I mean, barely any West Indian player did, but let me bring up the stats for Casey. So Casey scored 116 runs, so he was our second top run scorer in the series. 116 runs at 29 apiece. Scores of 42, 31, 26, and 17. So, I mean, 3 starts. He looked quite good in defence. Hard to remember all the different. There was at least 1 soft dismissal, if not 2, spring to mind immediately. But again, it is what it is. We are where we are. In terms of, does this mean Casey's gonna come good? Who knows? Who knows? You kind of have to see it in. Have you seen enough? Has it? Oh, sure. I didn't even change the picture. See? So sorry. Let me just say Craig. So let me just put it back up. Craig 0. See what I mean, people? Machel 0, and now we're on Casey Carty. So, have we seen? We ain't seen enough. Of course, Casey will play against Bangladesh. Who knows if he'll go well or not? Averaging 29, second highest run scorer in the team. I mean, it's a 5. Sorry, well done. It's a 5 out of 10. It's a 5 out of 10. It's average. It's average. We can't treat it like it's anything supreme because it's only 29. We saw bits and pieces. We saw that he can get a start, but against Bangladesh, we need to see, can he go beyond that? Right now, we don't know, so we'll give him a 5 out of 10. So that's Machel Louis. Moving on. At number 4, Alec Athanaze. So Alec Athanaze, the 3rd highest run scorer in the team. 111 runs, an average of 28, with, of course, that 92, which he scored at Port of Spain. So his 4 innings were 3, 92, 1, and 15. That 92 was timely. That 92 was timely because it gave him, he reached the checkpoint. He reached the extension checkpoint. You know, when the Bayan mob is chasing you down. Like that. He just reached the extension point, and now he's ahead of the Bayan mob again. And he goes again against Bangladesh. Alec, obviously, everybody wants Alec to come good because everybody can see that Alec Athanaze has the attributes. Everybody can see that he's a skilled player. 250s now, the 82, at Trent Bridge, the 92 at Port of Spain. So clearly there is something about him. But when you bat number 4, you got to be more consistent than that. If Casey Carty can only get 5 out of 10 for being the second highest run scorer with 116 runs and averaging 29, Alec averaged 28 with 100. You know what? Because that 92, let me... It's a 5 out of 10 for Alec as well. It's a 5 out of 10. If we'd got another score in addition to that 92, I might have pushed it up. But 1 score out of 4, 25%, 25% production rate, it's a 5 out of 10. The 92 was good, mind, but it's a 5 out of 10. Moving on. Kavem Hodge. Get in, Hodge. Get in. Kavem Hodge. 87 runs, 4th highest run scorer, average of 22. No, it weren't a good series for Kavem Hodge. It weren't good. It weren't a good one. 25, 20. Well, I mean, he got 4 3. We've got a team currently of batters who get starts. 25, 29, 4, 29. I mean, this is international cricket. Like, you've got to do... Unfortunately, Kavem, you can't... And Kavem will know this. He can't get vexed with me for this. You've got to do better than just 20s and getting starts. Obviously, we know we scored what we saw. We saw you get the century in England and the half century, 120 at Trent Bridge, 55 at Edgbaston. So you're good to go. Like, you're averaging 30 at the moment after 7 test matches. So you're good to go. You're good to go against Bangladesh. We don't need to worry about time extension for you. But 3 scores in the 20s, no, I'm sorry. That ain't going to cut it. That ain't going to cut it for this series. And in fact, actually, I'd originally written 1 score. I'm changing it. It's even lower now because I can't rate it. Kavem is obviously gritty at the crease and puts a prize on his wicket. And there was certainly one delivery he got. Was it that one from Maharaj, which bounced, gripped, spun and turned on him, which he was lucky. I mean, like, there was nothing he could do about that one. But if we're being fair, 3.5 out of 10. 3.5 out of 10. Let's move on. Jason Holder. So Jason, again, uncles, remember, when it comes to Jason Holder, you have to remember what you are judging him on. I am judging him on what he does with the bat before I consider anything to do with the ball. I no longer judge Jason Holder. I don't know why I'm saying Jason. I no longer judge Jason Holder based on his contribution with the ball because I know he's going to be economical. I know he's not going to take many wickets unless it's really helpful as a pitch. But that it's not his role anymore to take many wickets. The first thing we have to judge him on is what does he produce with the bat. And I think he followed up. He was our top run scorer, 121 runs, an average of 61. I mean, I shouldn't need to say any more than that. Across the series, 36, 31 not out, 54 not out, and a duck. That follows up a 30 in England and a 50 in England, etc. I think, as I said, I did a short about it. Jason is slowly growing into the new role and expectation that is required of him in this West Indies side. I mean, 2 not outs. Yes, he got a 1 duck, a ridiculous shot in that second innings at Providence, but still 2 not outs, a 31 not out of 50. I mean, and that 31 not out was crucial in making sure we didn't lose the first test. So we can cuss him for the duck in Providence, but also then recognise that his 31 not out was critical in making sure we didn't lose a test in Port of Spain. 54 not out as well was critical in making sure we were only 16 runs behind in the first innings at Providence. Yes, if you want me to talk about what he did with the ball, he didn't do much. 2 wickets only at 52, but his economy, 2.23. Excellent control in the test series in general. And actually was unlucky. I think he had several chances put down of him, etc. So, I mean, he was our top run scorer. What did I give? Casey got 5 and he was our second. I'm going to give Jason. No, because he's got 2 not outs and those 2 not outs are pretty critical. So I'm going to give Jason, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 for that series. 7 out of 10. Some may say higher, but I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Moving on, Josh Da Silva. Josh had a bad time of it. Josh, 34 runs at an average of 11. Just wasn't good enough, was it? Highest score of 27, which was in his last innings in Providence before he got... I would have given it out on the field and he got an umpire's call. I'm not a big fan of the whole umpire's call thing. 6 catches in the test series. It was a down bad series for Josh with the bat, if we're being honest. So, his place isn't in doubt. I'm sure some people are going to try and argue that his place is in doubt. It's not in doubt. He came off the England tour, having been one of the better players on the England tour. He averaged 32 in England with the bat. Again, we can cry about consistency and lack thereof, but the point is, Josh Moore. I always say this about Josh. In this test series, the number 8 was Wicketkeeper Motie. And Motie can bat, he can hold an end, but people have to remember that when Josh is coming in, he more often than not is having to bat with the tail. I will always say that we cannot appropriately judge Josh until they put him higher up the order. But that said, if you're only going to average 12 in a test series, it's a 0 out of 10. Let's move on to King Motie. King Motie. Where is King Wicketkeeper? Where is he on my... Can't even find him on my RAS areas. Right, so Wicketkeeper Motie. So he scored 45 in that last innings in Providence. So he left with... We shouldn't even be judging him on this first and foremost, but 56 runs at 19 with a top score 45. So well done on terms of the bat. With the ball, disappointing. He was really bad in Port of Spain. Completely outbowled by Jamel Warrican. And arguably, given Warrican didn't even really get the ball in Providence, I didn't see... Again, Motie took 3. He took 3 wickets in, I think, Providence. So ends the series with 3. Was it 3? I think he took 3. Ends the series with 3 wickets at 68 apiece. Not good enough. If I'm championing you as our strike bowler, which I am, and I think Wicketkeeper is, maybe he's a bit tired because he plays all formats nowadays. Yes, that 45, but again, in the same way how I'm judging Jason based on what he does with the bat, Motie's got to be judged based on what he's done with the ball, and I just don't think he was as good as we needed him to be. Remember, Maharaj took 13 wickets in the series, was player of the series. Warrican took 8. Motie only took 3. No, come on, it's not good enough. Because of that 45, though, because that 45 that he hit, which I'm not going to say nearly won us the test, but kept us interested. Because of that 45, Motie can leave with a... Who got 3.5? Who did I give 3.5 to? To Kavem? No. Kavem didn't get... Motie, 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10 for Wicketkeeper Motie. Moving on. Jamel Warrican completely surprised everybody. There is nobody, apart from maybe Craig Braithwaite, who would have, I think, pushed for Jamel Warrican to be in the side. There is nobody who could have expected this from Jamel Warrican, I think. 8 wickets in the series at 21 apiece. And even with the bat, man averaged 60. So, hold on a minute. Wait a minute. So, Jamel Warrican scored 60 runs at an average of 60. So with the bat in that series, Warrican scored... Where is he? Let me find what he did in that series. He scored 35 not out, a duck, 25 not out, and he took 8 wickets at 21 apiece. Nah, hold on a minute. Jamel Warrican, nah, let's give man his props. Jamel Warrican, 9 out of 10. Jamel Warrican, 9 out of 10. It might even be 10 out of 10. 35 not out, 25 not out, and 8 wickets. Actually, let me change this. Jamel Warrican, 10 out of 10. Jamel Warrican, 10 out of 10. Because he completely over-exceeded everybody's expectations. He was the only player... Well, we'll get Starboy in a minute. He was the only player who completely exceeded expectations. Jamel Warrican, 10 out of 10. And he can consider himself picked for Bangladesh as well. I think those tests are in Antigua and Sabina Park. He might not play both, but consider himself picked. You've cemented, Jamel, the second spinner spot in the Caribbean. And given you outbowled Wicketkeeper Motie, you might even all take the number 1 spot from King Motie. But we shall see. Well done to Jamel Warrican. Moving on, Shamar Joseph. Oh, sugar, I forgot that Kimar played in the first test. But so Shamar Joseph only played the second test at Providence, and obviously he was sensational in that first innings. 5 wickets in the first innings, a 5 for 33. Didn't take any wickets in the second innings, but that 5 for spell was brilliant stuff to watch. So he leaves the series with 5 wickets at 17 apiece. So 5 for 33. Because he didn't take any wickets in the second innings, I'm not making it up, right? He looked what yeah, because he took 5 for 33 and then none for 53. We're yet to know. We still don't know who Shamar Joseph is, I guess is what I'm saying. Some people won't understand what I mean by that. Is Shamar Joseph good? Of course he is. But does Shamar Joseph, has he honed his craft yet? No. Is he where Jaden Seales is at? No. Is he going to be critical to the West Indies going forward in terms of test matches? Yes, 100%. But he's not. But he's nowhere near the finished article. He still looks raw. Whereas Jaden Seales looks like he completely knows his game, Shamar still looks a bit raw. So like he can take 5 for 33 and then in the second innings go none for 53. Whereas Jaden will take wickets in every single innings, if you catch my drift. That said, that 5 for 33 was a tremendous spell. He only played the one match. We have to give him a 9 out of 10. Because 5 for 33 is a tremendous spell and was critical in bowling South Africa down for 1-6, whatever, in the first innings. I should really give 8.5 because that second innings he didn't take wicket. But we'll give him 9. We'll keep it moving. Starboy. So Starboy, once again, ends the series as our top wicket taker, just like he did in England. I think in England he took 12 at 27. In this series he took 12 at 18. As I said at the start of the video, has gone up in the ICC bowling rankings. And he was brilliant. Seales was brilliant. He took his career best 6 for 61. But across the series, Jaden took 3 for 67. So this is Port of Spain. 3 for 67, none for 44. And then in Providence, 3 for 45 and 6 for 61. Jaden Seales is absolutely brilliant. He is absolutely brilliant. And I'll say what I said after I don't know if I said it after the second test or if I said it during the second test. Jaden Seales walks into every single test side, bowling side in the world, given how young he is. So people can say to me, oh, but India's pace attack is X or Australia's pace attack is X. What I'm trying to say is where Jaden Seales is at 22 years of age and how good he is at 22 years of age, he walks into every single bowling attack based on that metric. Jaden, listen very carefully, people. After 15 test matches, 15, Jaden Seales has 62 wickets at 23.6 apiece. When was the last time we had a bowler like that? You have to go back to like Ambrose and Walsh for them type of figures. You have to go to the goats of the goats, the Marshalls, the Holders, the Garners, the Walshes, the Ambrose. That's the last set of bowlers we had where you could look at their numbers and go, but this is serious world-class stuff we're seeing. Don't sleep on Starboy. Absolutely brilliant. Big up Jaden Seales. 10 out of 10. And then lastly, I've left his picture out because I completely forgot that, of course... So I'm sorry to Kimar Roach because I completely left his picture out, forgetting that he had played the first test. So Kimar Roach in the first test, I didn't talk about what Jaden did with the bat. Sorry, and neither did I do with Shamar. So Shamar scored 36 runs at 18 apiece. Obviously, lots of cussing from people about why is he batting 11. Well, it looks like he's got to bat 10 now. And Jaden Seales, well, he can't bat. So, so then Kimar Roach in that first test took 3 wickets at Port of Spain. He took 3 wickets at 31 apiece, which is respectable. 3 wickets at 31. He did his job in that first test, Kimar Roach. 3 wickets at 31. Let's give Kimar Roach a 6.5 out of 10. We'll give him a 6.5 out of 10. But the point being, and I think the key point to make about Kimar Roach, and I've said it again in previous videos as well, Kimar still has a critical role to play in West Indies cricket, both as a mentor to Jaden Seales and Shamar Joseph and any other quick, for that matter, that comes up through the system. I know Kimara's just turned 36. Age ain't nothing but a number where it comes to Kemar Roach. Obviously, he'll still play for Surrey every county championship season. Kemar's role as things stands right now is to help these next young youths, Jaden and Shamar Joseph, slowly, well, Jaden seems to already be there, but to help these young youths transition into being the fearsome spearhead that they can be and should be for the West Indies when it comes to red ball cricket. In that, if Shamar and Jaden are always fit enough to play, Kemar Roach in that scenario would then be the third seamer to bring the control in a similar way to how Holder brings control, economy rate of only 2.3. But Kemar is probably more of an effective wicket taker, certainly in home conditions, than Holder would be. Where does that leave Alzarri Joseph? On the bench. That's where it leaves Alzarri Joseph for now, unless we encounter tracks where you want four seamers and you're not expecting to play a frontline spinner. But we should be cool with that. And then obviously as Kemar approaches 37, we may start to then slowly phase him out. And that's when Alzarri Joseph can come back on the re-up, assuming he works on his game. But Kemar Roach, 6.5 out of 10. Now listen, people, I'm not expecting, get off the screen, I'm not expecting anybody to agree with all of that. So for those who missed it, these were the ratings. Braithwaite, 0. Machel Louis, 0. Casey Carty, 5. Alec Athanaze, 5. Kavem Hodge, 3.5. Jason Holder, 7. Josh, 0. Shamar, 9. Kemar Roach, 6.5. Gudakesh Motie, 2. Jamel Warrican, 10. And Jaden Seales, Starboy, 10. Okay, so those are my ratings for the South Africa series, test series. Let me know if you agree. Get us in the comments below. Follow the Caribbean Cricket Podcast at Carib Cricket, X, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of them things. And like I say, like, share, and subscribe to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. And of course, finally, if you'd like to contribute financially to keep us on the road and pay all the different people who edit things, video things, audio editing, etc., head to www.patreon.com/Carib Cricket. I'll be Machel St. Patrick Hewitt, one half the Caribbean Cricket Podcast. See you again soon.
We rule the cricket world. Now the rule seems coming.
Welcome to the Caribbean Cricket Podcast, your one-stop shop for all things West Indies cricket. By the fans, for the fans.